Sweeney popping in once again, and today we are going to talk about my stream of consciousness in real time. I've got 20 minutes before I got to go to this investor event, and I've decided that I'm going to try to make as many YouTube videos as I possibly can on a day-to-day basis and treat it like I treated my Twitter in the beginning, which was basically just a self-reflective journal that was aimed at generally trying to figure my own shit out, which I then subsequently realized helped a lot of people. So if I'm talking to the camera, stream of consciousness, probably some gems are going to come out. Most likely, no one's going to watch this video anyways. So I'm going to go off the reservation and talk about some outlandish shit, most likely at some point. But if you don't stick around, you probably won't know. But don't stick around. Don't subscribe. Don't like, don't interact. Okay, so we're going to do some stream of consciousness shit once again. Today, I am feeling quite a good amount of tension. At tension. My attention has been at tension, and my attention has been at my brand. Still. So the first rant, which was the last rant that I did, was a lot of my brand thinking, like the inner workings of my mind on how to create my personal brand, how to position it. And ultimately, I'm now operating, I believe that my intuition, the whispers of my heart, are pointing me towards a certain word that is going to encapsulate my ideology as a content creator and my ideology as a person. And I'm not going to release that word on this video because I don't want you guys to steal my fucking ideas. Motherfuckers. No, I probably can tell you guys, but I'm not going to. I've been dealing with, I think that it's really interesting. Like, ultimately, I did marketing in college, entrepreneurship, real estate, started 3 companies, marketing agency, 2 sports nutrition companies, and now I'm working for a climate technology company in oil and gas, which is the fucking investor meeting that I got to go to soon, so we're going to keep this rant rolling. But I'm trying to create this personal brand that's synonymous with empowerment, synonymous with electricity, electromagnetic beings, being healthy, being open-hearted in mind, body, open to conflict, like radical fucking truth and honesty. What is your highest truth? Where are you not living in truth in your life? When you dissolve those fabrications in your life, what's left is a core that will find a place that is ultimately aligned. You will find alignment when you start telling the truth. You will find alignment when you start telling the truth to yourself and unfolding yourself layer after layer, getting to the core of like what the fuck you want to do and who the fuck you really are. And I think that being grounded in nature is something that will expedite that process. Grounded in yourself, meditation, ultimately, and meditation has this like connotation where everyone's like, he's a woo-woo fucking spiritual witch. Maybe not that extreme, but meditation's been co-opted by the Crystal Club on fucking Instagram, let's be real. And I love the Crystal Club. Honestly, my algorithm, maybe that's what I do for my YouTube channel. I just show you guys my algorithm on a day-to-day basis. I did that last night. It was pretty lame. My brother was not impressed. But sometimes I have the Instagram spiritual girls on the algo talking about quantum time shifting and quantum leaps and manifesting and spirituality and meditation and anything under the sun that could potentially be considered as woo-woo. But I actually think that meditation is an extremely masculine thing where you are actively leading your attention and intention down a certain channel of focus and concentration and objectivity and That's fucking pretty masculine if you ask me. But there's also then the balancing act of, well, okay, meditation switched for me when I went from only doing very masculine focused meditations where I'm like objectively noticing the contents of my mind and the thoughts that are coming through, and then relaxing and releasing into that place of, into my heart. So it's like, as we are doing this circle from heart to head while we're meditating, we're constantly shifting from like masculine thinking, back into the feminine, masculine thinking, back into the feminine. And that cycle is what cycles out the negative shit that you don't need ultimately and can program your subconscious differently. Fuck, this is a good rant because it's fucking real. Meditation is getting very, very still within the body and just fucking sitting in it, whatever it is. If it's shame, if it's guilt. I was just on a phone call today. This guy totally broke bro code and was looking for just understanding and how to reconcile it all. And it was really an interesting conversation. And one thing that I said was like, lean the fuck into that shame and that guilt and don't resist it. Don't close the loop. What you resist persists. Do not close the loop. Keep it an open loop and let that energy run its course. And that's basically what meditation is doing, is whatever the fuck you have going on internally, anxiety, stress, depression, about certain topics, anything under the sun, if you ultimately don't resist it all, don't allow for tension to be in the body, and instead like relax and don't become energetically locked, but allow those vibrations to move through you, because ultimately those thoughts are vibrations. Nikola Tesla. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of sound, frequency, and vibration. And I think that's fucking based. And I think the U.S. government knew it was based too. That's why they fucking canceled all of these people that created free energy generators. Fuck, I'm gonna get shadow banned. So essentially, I want people to get in touch with their core through something like meditation. Meditation is a direct line to your core, true and essence, being, based truth. So is being in nature. So is acting upon your purpose. Acting upon something that you're devoted to, not your pleasures. Because there's a big difference between discipline and devotion. And there's a big difference between acting upon your purpose versus your pleasures. Damn, that's a bar. I should tweet that. Pleasures, no. But purpose energy, living in purpose energy, that's what I want people to live in. I live in that every day, even though I'm fucking skitzed out, dude. Fuck, I want nicotine. I really miss nicotine, guys. Ultimately, this video is just a fucking confession. I love nicotine so much. Fuck. Hope my mom doesn't see this. Maybe she will. Mom, if you're seeing this, I was never addicted to nicotine, and I'm lying to my audience. Moving on. I am ultimately, and everyone online ultimately, is in the business of building a cult. Whether they're a fucking software company, whether they're a personal brand, it's about building a fucking cult. So you have to come up with a symbol. You have to come up with a flag. You have to come up with an army, an enemy, and an ethos, and a mission, and a promise, and fucking a font, and colors, and style, and messaging, and an ICP. And honestly, if you just made that into a Google Doc right now and then got really specific about your different ICPs, that's like fucking brand workbook 101. I think I've honestly come up with, in my mind, maybe one of the best brand workbooks, worksheets that you could come up with, because I've actually had the balls to be like, You guys are all fucking lying, and you're just making a cult ultimately. I had a couple calls with, like, I'm not going to name the company, but I don't give a fuck. I'll name the company. Ridge Wallet, chief marketing officer. I told him, you're in the business of building a cult. And he's like, that's an interesting way of putting it. I totally agree. And then he saw my Instagram, or he saw my Twitter. And I had just posted that day. I said, curb stomp the fucking day today, Anna. This day is about to get beat the fuck up. No mercy. Or some shit like that. Some super, like, angst. Like, beat the shit out of today. Masculine. I'm a fucking beast. Ugh. And he emailed the other guy, and he's like, Nick's Twitter is super aggressive. And I think Ridge Wallet's super, maybe, a little woke. Let's say they're a little DEI friendly, let's say. Which is great. Diversity, love it. Diversity is an imperative for any organization that wants to flourish. You cannot have the same minds and the same people creating a better outcome than a meeting of the minds that is diverse across all planes. So don't fucking label me as a bigot in the comments, fuckers. This is a wild YouTube. I'm just gonna fucking keep going, dude. I got shit in my brain. So another thing I've been thinking about is I need to buy a cheap alarm on Amazon that's like $15, and I'm gonna put it on the other side of my room so that no matter what, I have to get the fuck up, because behind this little veneer here, my little glass house that I have, so I present myself as very esoteric and natural, because I'm a man of the woods. Behind this fucking Chinese tapestry that I bought on Amazon is my mat on the ground, which I sleep upon at night pretty well. I also have a grounding bag next to me, eliminating the non-natural electromagnetic frequencies, because I'm fucking based like that. But in the mornings, because I'm a little stressed out in life, and I have my alarm go off in the morning, and it takes like 10 minutes for me to get the fuck out of bed. I just sit there. Oh, so fucking comfortable. It's fucking crazy. You guys know what I'm talking about? That Marcus Aurelius quote, like, who are you to be under your covers, all warm and comfortable? You should get up and do the work as a human being that you were meant to do, you fucking pussy. That's the quote. That will go through my head, and I'll just be like, fuck off, Marcus. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what I go through, bro. You were out there on the fucking Danube River against the fucking Northmen, against the, fuck, what were they called? Whatever. The people of the North that were fighting him. His trials and tribulations pale in comparison to my trials and tribulations. I have to post memes on the internet every day for my job. I have to walk far sometimes to get food at restaurants. So, anyways, ultimately, the point of this is that I still am beating myself up in extraneous ways, erroneous ways that are unnecessary, because I don't have my brand completely congruent and consistent, and all of the kinks are not ironed out in the way that will provide me the satisfaction in that way that will allow me to wake up and not feel the pressure to get the fuck out of bed right away. Because ultimately, I've also come to the conclusion that I am so powerful that, like, one little thing that's fucking up in my life, not getting out of bed right in the morning, it doesn't fucking matter, ultimately. Like, I'm doing everything else right. I can't think of anything really that I'm doing wrong. maybe I'm spending too much time, but it's like I'm every time I'm online on my phone, I'm like just fucking creating, bro. Fuck consuming. Consuming is for plebs. I don't even need to consume anymore to see like what's working on the algorithm. Like, I don't give a fuck. I just have full faith in God that I'm gonna channel this bitch if I remain open in my heart and my mind. That I'm gonna be able to pump some stuff out that is going to stick out and resonate with the people that it's meant to resonate with. I don't need to be analyzing the fucking algorithm or competitors or what other people are doing or trends or none of that. I have full faith that if I just sling from the hip like I'm doing in this video, this stuff is going to work. I have full faith that over the long term, this is going to happen. So ultimately, I need to just chill the fuck out. Yep, I'm super chill. I should do guided meditations on here. I should rant about what's fucking with me first, and then slay meditations, guided meditations, and breathwork. If you have made it this far in the video and that's something you want, fucking comment what you want under this video. If you don't, I will probably ignore you and do it anyways. So. Ultimately, there's I also want to know, like, fuck this YouTube thing. I think I can really slay it, potentially. Just don't really know what the channel is, but I'm kind of just, this is me as an act of faith and courage to God, being like, I'm putting this out here. I have faith that ultimately at a certain point I'm going to find the thing to do. Fuck. Okay, I have to go. It was a pleasure. Bye.